Greetings. Let's explore a difficult yet crucial part of the history of United States medical research, the Tuskegee experiments. Understanding the full scope of this unsettling event can be immensely beneficial to us all, so let's get started. The Tuskegee experiments, lasting from 1932 to 1972, were a series of medical studies carried out by the United States Public Health Service in Tuskegee, Alabama. This study investigated the effect of leaving syphilis untreated in African American men. It demonstrated the devastating outcomes of such negligence while also uncovering long-term repercussions that would have otherwise gone unnoticed. This study began by enrolling 600 African American men from rural backgrounds, 399 of whom had syphilis and 201 who did not. Crucially, these men were misled as to the true nature of the research, meaning they were not provided with appropriate treatment for their condition. Instead, they were told they were receiving free healthcare and received placebos such as aspirin instead of effective treatment for their syphilis. The Tuskegee experiments have come to epitomize the unethical use of uninformed consent and medical experimentation. Participants in the study were not provided with any legitimate opportunity to make an educated decision about their involvement, nor were they given the chance to opt out or receive treatment for syphilis. Ultimately, many of the men suffered from devastating physical and psychological consequences associated with untreated syphilis, including blindness, heart disease, as well as neurological disorders. The Tuskegee experiments have had grave and long-term repercussions on the African American community due to their contribution to an extensive history of distrust and injustice against this population within healthcare. Their consequences have also highlighted the necessity for researchers to adhere to ethical standards in order to safeguard the privacy, rights, and self-respect of trial participants. In 1972, news of the Tuskegee experiments was leaked to the press, and a legal case was brought against them by the Tuskegee Syphilis Study Legacy Committee. Following this, the United States government put a stop to the experiments and established new standards to assure that research subjects had their rights affirmed. In 1997, President Bill Clinton rendered an apology on behalf of the United States government to the remaining survivors and their kin. Additionally, an agreement was made between the United States government and the survivors and their respective families, including monetary recompense and medical care provisions. As a warning to ensure ethical and responsible medical research practices, it is imperative to recall the infamous Tuskegee trials. It is vital that we keep this troubling episode in mind and commit ourselves to guaranteeing that all research is ethically conducted with the utmost respect for the welfare and autonomy of participants. The Tuskegee experiments serve as an important reminder of the need for ethical and responsible medical practices. As a consequence of this tragic incident, we must remain vigilant in ensuring that all research is conducted with full regard for participants' autonomy and well-being. We should always have the right to receive adequate information about any type of medical procedure or experiment before giving consent to take part, and never be coerced into doing something we are uncomfortable with. It is essential that we do not forget this dark moment in history so that similar injustices can be prevented in the future. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video on the Tuskegee experiments. We want this information to be both informative and stimulating. Is there any feedback that you'd like to share? Please leave them in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.